Hello and welcome back to a brand new episode of MotoGP 21 Career Mode. In today's episode we are off to Catalonia in Barcelona, a track that is heavily favoured by the Ducati boys. But first up, we pretty much have the Moto3 team complete now. We have one more team development for the riders. We're not going to touch the finances just because it does nothing for us, it's a waste of money. We are going to do an engine upgrade in Moto2. And in my own team, in the Ducati team, we are going to put on another electronic one. It's going to be engine brace increase, so we're going to bang a load of them in on. Actually no, they're all on it, so add staff, add all of you back to it. So it'll take 2 weeks and we should have that done. So that should be on. It'll be on for Sachsenring. So we have the test next week after the race weekend, so that will be interesting to see what they bring for the next season or their iteration of the next year's bike. But that is pretty much it for now. Let's jump on track. So you join me here in Q2. We obliterated the AI in Q1 in the 38s, and even now with 3.5 minutes or so left, the fastest time of the session is barely sub 1 minute 40, so we should really be on for pole today. I am in love with this track. I really do adore it, so I really want to put a statement on this championship in today's video. I really want to just destroy the eye, and that's what I'm planning to do today by taking pole. I'm gonna leave off the hooks and blast through, because I realised after thinking back last season I won here in the Suzuki, I was a bit cautious the whole way through last year with that Suzuki, and it came to the point in the end where I could fight at the end, but with the glitch in the game I don't want that happening again. So I want to be trying to push the championship early. 0.9 almost under halfway around, so we're on a good lap. A bit deep into 8 though. You don't want to be touching that curb either. Curbs are just ridiculous on this game. Down into the new turn 10, and I'm up by 1.1, so we're well on for a pole position here. Two corners to go. Another pole position. Looks like it's in the bag once we just negotiate. Europe car is called. Stupid name. Out of the final corner we come. Up to the line. It's going to be 1 minute 38.1. That is definitely pole position. So the recommended tyre was what Pecco went with, the medium and the hard. I've gone against it. I've gone with the medium rear. So we could be struggling late in the race, but I believe I'm good enough to manage my tyres. And also key for the championship, Jack Miller's down in P11. He had a shocking qualifying, so we need to make hay while the sun shines, and we're going to try today here in Catalonia. So Pecco and Mark is on the front row with me. Fabio a bit further back as well. Fabio's in P6, so it's imperative we get the launch. We always can't get right, but we got a brilliant one in Mugello. And that looks to be decent-ish. Especially with the hard rear tyres on everyone else, I should have been better off the line. It looks like we're going to get the whole shot. And we do. So crash further back. Couldn't see who it was. For some reason, they used to have it in the game where when someone crashed, their name would pop up saying they'd crashed, but it's gone now, which is annoying. But I'm going to just push very hard, very early on, and manage my tyres later in the race as they go. 8-lap race. It's going to be a bit of a struggle in the last few laps with this medium, but I know for a fact the hard isn't going to be much better, and I'll have a lot better performance early in the race with this tyre. So we're going to put the head down. We're going to check out a bit like Lorenzo, and then we'll see what we can do later in the race if they can catch us. So far so good, almost up to a second already. See these long corners down here, which will penalise my decision of a medium rear. But even on saying that though, on the hard tyre, they still wear just as quick through these long corners, so you actually don't get any benefit, in my opinion, of a hard. But the occasional time I do like to run it, just gives a bit of a different feel to the bike. Up to the line, we've pulled the second already on Pecco. Mir's doing quite a good job to stick on the back of Pecco. We're deep into 4. But we can recover. Just not trying to use all my inside tire. You can see already how much I've used my right side of the rear. I wonder how much of an issue that will be in a couple of minutes' time. I stand by the decision though. I believe I still can win like this. Oh. The gap is still growing, which is positive. That's what you want to see. We are riding quite well. We are in the mood today. We are pushing this Ducati on. After what happened in Le Mans and Mugello with all the issues behind other riders, I decided today just to get my head down, build a gap. Even though I might be on the wrong tyre, I can deal with that later. I believe I'm good enough to manage a softer compound than what is recommended. That was actually quicker than my qualifying lap, believe it or not. So we are on a serious pace at the moment. Oh Christ. And that's what the game does to you. It screws you. So we've lost a good bit of time. We got a long warning, but we will take that comfortably after what bloody happened there with that stupid curb. The curbs are just broken on this game. And that's another one. Just need to get back into my rhythm now. Hit my apexes and make sure of this. And again, a curb is affecting the bike. Jeez, these curbs are stupid. And even that lap is probably quicker than my qualifying. I think that equals my qualifying lap almost, with that big mistake into 1. And again, it's bloody happened again. This time we're in the gravel. So I'm going to have to limp across the gravel now. This is not how I wanted this race to go. And we come back on through the long lap loop. And the seconds have dropped away to Pecco. Bloody curb, like, what is with this game? So now we have to do all that hard work. And now our cushion of where the AI should have a pace advantage when the tyres kick in is gone. So now we're going to have to push extra hard on tyres that have already done the hard work for me. Miller still hasn't made his way back into the top 8 by the look of it. Be interesting to see who that yellow flag was at the start of the race for. As I say it though, it looks like Pecco is closing. The gap is under 2.5 seconds now. And I'm not taking the foot off yet. I'm still pushing quite hard, so maybe the tyres are at their tipping point. It's in the right handers. I'm losing all my time to him. Thankfully, only a lap and a half left, so still really no way he can catch up that gap unless I make a huge error. Oh, rear end is pumping. Into the final corner we come. It's back up at 2.8, so we kind of managed it over the lap. So 1 to go. We've led it from start to finish with a few off-track excursions via the KERBS, but this has been a pretty dominant victory. We have by far been the fastest man on track all weekend, and it was only a matter of making a count in the race, but we're going to come around to do it now. We're going to drift it for the last lap. You can just see how much the traction holds you back through there. Just doesn't want to leave you go forward. Just minimises the spin, doing its job correctly, I suppose. But that's where I'm losing all my time to Pecco to start the lap. It's just through the long corners there where it spins. But this lap we really have stepped it up this time around. Much better lap this time. And the gap is up nearly 3.5 seconds, so you've just stretched Pecco once again, as there was a chance of maybe a comeback on the last lap if his tyres were there. But again, I don't believe the hards were the best choice here. I would rather be struggling on these mediums. I reckon the race pace would have been quicker this way. You don't gain anything really from a hard. It's just slow at the start, and it never really gets into its. It never gets into a window where you go, yeah, that's the tyre you want to be on. An old medium with no grip is still quicker, as I just proved by going fastest than anyone on the last lap. But up to the line we come, dominant in Catalonia. That was emphatic. We absolutely rinsed them. Miller did get into P9 in the end, so a decent result. But just look at the lap times from the eye. 39s. No one even into a 38. I was in a mid 37. Anyone on the last lap do a stupidly fast lap down below? Yeah, Binder did a 38.3 on the last lap. And unfortunately Petrucci did not finish. So even with the AI's glitchy times, I had so much pace, I still managed to get the fast lap. That is going to put us 21 points clear now of Pecco and Miller. So Miller is in P2 and Pecco is in P3. So 27 points, 63 points to the current champion, Fabio Quartararo. So it's just a Ducati championship this. No one's getting closer. Suzuki into P2 in the teams. We're 175 points clear. My points alone would be far better than any other team. That's how consistent we've been so far this year. And we're 105 points, or 65 points, sorry, clear of Yamaha. So that again is in the bag. But what a dominant victory. We led start to finish. A few hiccups in between from bad game physics and the KERBS and stuff, but we still had so much pace, even though when we lost 3 seconds that lap overrunning off, over bouncing off a trampoline curb. We still had it in hand, and we were still able to pull that gap out. That gap would have been 6, 7, 8 seconds if I didn't have them curb issues, because I ran off track twice. That was easy 5 seconds lost, and I won by about 4. So yeah, that's all that needs to be done. It just went out, blitzed them, showed them who's boss. Next up now is saxing, which will be a bit of a struggle for our bike because it doesn't turn as well as the others, but I still believe I could do a good job there. But it's all about qualifying there. I'd say the Suzukis and the Yamahas will come strong there, but I don't think the Ducati will be as good, especially my teammates. I reckon I'll be the top Ducati quite comfortably, but that's just my initial thoughts about it. We'll see when we get there. But race win number 3 of the season for me. We've won in Jerez, we've won in Barcelona, we've won in Mugello. So we're doing quite well. 3 wins in our opening 6 races, I think 6 or 7 at this point now. So pretty happy all in all. Let's have a look now at what our junior teams managed over the weekend. First up will be, of course, Moto2. And a P7 once again from Dom. Fabulous. Carmona actually this home race did a decent job to go up 4 positions. If Dom could qualify, he'd be an absolute baller. Qualifying 17th is always making it hard for yourself. But yeah, P7 again. He must be doing brilliant in the championship for a rookie. Now on to the Moto3. A 1-2 in Fanatics style. Look at that. Qualified P2 for Rizal. He finishes first. Hernandez third. So whoever qualified on pole went back 2 positions. And my boys did a 1-2. So a victory for me. A P7 in Moto2 and a 1-2 in Moto3. So they are wiping the floor in the championship. Let's have a quick look at the other championships while we're here. Of course, I lead. Where is Dom? He is. He's in P12, 35 points. He's doing fabulous. I don't think my teammate has. No, he's yet to score any points, unfortunately. Moto3. Are we 1-2 in the championship? We're 1-4, but we've 50 points over Pedro Costa. Let's have a quick look at the teams. We've 47 points over the second best team, which is Red Bull KTM. And we are P9 in the Moto 2, and I did say top 10 is where I wanted to be. But geez, we could finish 7th here if we keep this up. Like, we're only 2 points behind 7, so all in all, it's been a pretty good season so far for me and my junior teams. But I am going to leave there. Hope you have enjoyed today's episode. If you did, drop a like down below and subscribe to see more content in the future. But once again, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video.